Um, I think this is the best place to walk on, but any place you walk on is hard. It really is. Just because you don't come in automatically probably get a chance to play, and you have to even earn the right to even get reps in practice. So man, I'm just appreciative of everything, just like grateful opportunity right now, just because like the totality of everything and for like Saturday to happen was just a big milestone because I remember just fighting for reps to be like on the third team, and then just finally getting some reps where the guy got hurt in practice and getting able to get moved over, or even when somebody would go down during the season and I would have to do scout team for a week. And so now just I think just being a walk on, like for me, and especially doing it here, all the coaches have truly honored your work, especially if you're a guy who's trying to do it consistently and you believe in yourself that you can be more than a scout team guy. That's the biggest thing too. You gotta believe it for yourself before any coaches believe it for you because they didn't really recruit you. And so for me, it's been awesome just for Coach Swinney, who's a walk-on, Coach Elliott, Coach Scott, all those guys who are walk-ons who've just seen my belief in myself. And then all those guys, there's been points along the past 3 or 4 years where they've had to pick me up because I lost my belief. So it's been a mix of that where there's been times where I believed in myself and nobody did, that was God. There's also been times where, man, like this thing kind of got a little rocky and I kind of lost my faith in it. And then I had people pick me up along the way, whether it was coaches, mentors, teammates that believed in me. And so it's been awesome. I was telling somebody yesterday at practice, and I was like, one of the things I want to say when I leave here is I went through every part of being a Clemson football player. So being a walk-on who nobody knew, then I think the end is just kind of like maybe playing some more at the end or scoring, all that stuff. So I feel like I've been through every phase of being a part of Clemson football team.
A lot of celebrating after your touchdown on Saturday.
Yeah.
It made it seem really happy for you. Take us through that play and how gratifying was it for you to get the end zone?
It was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if y'all seen the FSU game. Coach Swinney was trying to get me an end zone in that game, but we couldn't snap the ball because the color board wasn't up. So Tyson didn't know which color to call. So I went to the line and called the play myself, and everybody was laughing because we show our color board or whatever, and it kind of tells us which way to go. And it was in the game, and they thought the game was over. We had like one more play. Coach Swinney was like snap the ball, and we couldn't call the play. So I went and called the play, and I was trying to get an end zone against Florida State. But it was awesome. It really was. Coach Swinney threw me in there, and once I knew T didn't get a touchdown, I was like, man, we get close, he gonna give me the ball. And so just like you said, it was awesome. Honestly, as soon as I got the ball, I saw that mic trigger, I knew it was crib. It was going in. And honestly, I was in my head, like I feel like I'm a cool dude. I always have something planned, but honestly, I didn't really have anything planned. I was super giddy, so I was like skipping into the end zone, and I remember just laughing. I saw me and Joe, Joe and God, a good teammate of mine, good friend of mine, just jumped up and celebrated. And then my dad is from like the Midwest, St. Louis, and so it was the closest game a lot of my dad's friends and family could come to. And so my dad has Big 21 jersey on in the stands, and I saw him immediately going crazy. And so it was just awesome. And then, like you said, just I think a lot of my teammates, it was awesome to see how much they appreciated me and just like how much love they showed, because I got slapped over my head probably 100 times come off the sideline, and that means the most to me. And just, I'll be honest, like I would in my own vision, I thought it would come sooner, but this like the timing of it, just everything that's happened this year, off the field, on the field, and then just getting an opportunity now to contribute, it really is perfect timing for it to happen.
It's kind of a trade-off you make as far as you talked about your experiences as a walk-on. You could go somewhere else, maybe play more, but
Right.
you come to Clemson, you're part of a top 5 or number 1 team.
Yeah.
And the playoff trips and all the kind of
Yeah.
cool stuff that goes along with that. Is that kind of a trade-off in a way?
Yeah, I think it's. I always knew like more so than how I started, I know how I wanted to finish, and so in the end was like a kind of like a phrase that somebody told me. Just in the end, what do you want most? Where do you want to be? And I think if I would have kind of settled in a sense, like early on before like leaving high school, because I never thought I was gonna be a walk-on. That wasn't never like in my vision when I started playing like varsity football as a freshman. I never think I was gonna tear my ACLs or have to like go walk on at a big time school. I thought that was gonna be an opportunity presented to me, and so once that like wasn't like much of a reality to go to a big time school where I could have played like really good FCS ball and like at a good school, but I just think I wanted to do it big, and I think initially it was a trade off because I came in unrecognized. Coach, I think. Like I keep saying this, but Coach Swinney does such a great job of here making everybody feel equal as much as he can. So you don't feel like you're a walk-on here per se, but you do. It's just there is some part about being a walk-on. Just the totem pole is like you're not gonna get the first reps because if you came in with a four-star or five-star guy, he's gonna get the nod over you. And so just early on, I feel like it was a trade-off, and now I think it's working out to where how I want it to. The way I feel like it's an equal playing field. I'm getting opportunities, and then just trying to maximize every time I get in the game. Trying to run hard, trying to not get my quarterback hit, and just do everything I can. So I think initially it was a trade-off, but it's all worked out. Like Lord willing, He's been faithful into my vision and my dream.
What was one of those moments when you maybe lost faith and you had a coach or a player sort of uplift you a little bit?
I think there's been a couple. I would say I'll give you two stories. Hunter Renfro, when my redshirt freshman year, we were talking all through my redshirt year. He was like, "Man, you're gonna be just like me. You're gonna get a scholarship after this year." I was doing we have JV practices. I was making plays on scout team. One of the best things, I don't know if Coach V said it, but as a scout team guy, if Coach V says reload, that's like music to your ears because it means you did something good. So I was getting reloads for defense all the time because I feel like I was making plays for them. And then I remember it not happening after that redshirt freshman, after my redshirt year going to my redshirt freshman season. I didn't get a scholarship. He gave it to an older guy who was more deserving. But in my head, like any kid, you want it for yourself. And so it kind of bummed me out because I was like, man, do they see me? Am I being seen? Is my work, is it going to pay off? I remember him just telling me to stick with it. And Coach Sweeney telling me the same thing. I remember going to his office and telling me, hey, man, stick with it. It's going to work out for you. So that was a low moment because it just kind of tested me. It was right before that season. And I feel like I went and served my role for that season because I got to get my perspective shit. Because even if I didn't get a scholarship, man, I'm blessed to be here. And then earlier this season, just me and Coach Elliott, he's always been I wouldn't call him a father figure because I got a really good dad. And plus, Coach Elliott's I think he's about to turn 40. And so I feel like he's like a successful uncle to say, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he's too young to be my pops. But he's I would say a very successful uncle who I get to do life with a lot. And so he's always at the right moments. He's never baby me. He's always told me life isn't. He says, what's the quote? He says, life ain't equal. It's not even, but it's fair. And so that just always helped me keep my perspective because it's not equal, it's not even. But then if I know that, then it's my job to make it fair. And so I remember earlier this season, and it wasn't like I was doing anything bad, but just I feel like a lot of good things are happening for other backs. I feel like that's something you go through, especially at a school like this. I thought I was gonna be able to score earlier. I thought I was gonna get more, whatever it was earlier. And he just reminded me of to keep myself grounded and stay humble. And the two things he told me was after Monday practice, and he kind of just pulled me aside. We got to talk for a good 10, 20 minutes, and it was just no matter what you want it to be thankful for what it is. Because at the end of the day, you can lose perspective. And I feel like for me, I'm at Clemson, and I'm on scholarship. I'm actually in the rotation, and I'm getting to live out a dream and just getting to see a lot of cool things happen off the field. The media may ever whatever. Just seeing guys figure out their lives. I've been able to play a really good role in that. And so all the things, the totality of just be thankful for what it is, and just to enjoy it. Because I feel like sometimes you could just get so frustrated of what it's not, and you just won't enjoy it anymore. And so for me, I feel like the last couple of games, and it's been cool. It's the byproduct of that. I feel like I've been playing better. I've been enjoying it, just everything of it, just the warm ups, the bus rides, the free food, whatever it is, just enjoying it. So he told me that, and then just to like always since the beginning, he told me just stick with it. And then in the end, if you stick with it, you persevere, you stay committed, and then it'll work out. I'm big on this phrase, the journey, because I feel like just I've never had this ultimate poise. I feel like I've always been determined, but there's been ups and downs, but just the totality of it, just the ups and downs, stay consistent, and you never quit. I feel like it's kind of defined my story.
You mentioned the free food here. We see pictures of it online sometimes. How good is the food here for you guys?
It's really good, man. It's come a long way. My time here has been the perfect time to come in, and I'm gonna be a fifth year. I'm gonna stay for my last year. But we were soft at the West End Zone. If it was good there, better than anywhere else on campus. And then now it's kind of this, we got chef status where it's just gourmet meals. We go in there kind of just you pick your menu. You got different options each week. They always keep the basic stuff. You gotta have pizza. You gotta have some type of wings. You gotta have a burger. But then there's some other stuff too. You might see something really different type of potatoes or something weird. Like they'll test the menu, and it's cool. Like it exposes us to a lot of different food options. But it really is great. Like I take it to go box home every night. I really do. And so no, it really is good. Like it's one of those things. Is we're always improving. Coach Sweeney makes sure we have the best of the best.
I know you guys try to block out all the outside noise throughout the season, but do you feel like some of the criticism against this team has been a little more harsh this year than in seasons past?
Yeah, it has for whatever reason. I think it kind of it fits the Clemson story though. Like we're always it's honestly crazy. No matter how much we win, no matter how many national championships we win, I feel like it's just a part of like one. I think it represents Coach Sweeney's story, just being an underdog, and I feel like it represents a lot of us that are coming here. And I think it's just we like it. I guess because at the end of the day, it's gonna play out if we control what we control and we play our best ball and we just focus on how we can fly. Because that's the thing Coach Sweeney talks about all the time is making it internal. Obviously, we want to be one of the teams in the end to be the last standing. But at the same time, it's like right now it's just the media is going to hype up who they want to hype up, throw down who they want to throw down. And we're playing good ball. Like we've been winning big games. And I think maybe one of the reasons like Coach Sweeney's big on developing our team. And so some of the stars don't play all 4 quarters. They let guys like myself get opportunities to develop, gain confidence. Because who knows, somebody goes down, you're gonna need another guy to go in and play. And so that may be part of it. Why they think we're not blowing teams up maybe by 60, even if we beat teams by 40, whatever it is. But I think it's a little more criticism. But we're not really like focused on that. I think we're just focused on each game, make it the biggest game of the season because it's the next game, and playing our best ball. And we believe in the end, everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out if we continue to focus on the standard, which is the best.